the title of our paper is the development of a Lean Digital Construction BIM innovation framework for Irish Construction SMEs. So two main reasons that led us to create this framework are all the opportunities to minimize low productivity and different forms of waste. Low productivity might occur because of different construction defects, such as not identifying the results that cause delays in the project, bad communication and collaboration between the team members, and the failure of enterprises to deliver projects on time and within a budget. The various forms of waste include the waste of money, time, effort, waste of materials, energy, and lastly, the waste of opportunities. So, Lean Construction and BIM are two different philosophies that have significantly impacted the industry. A few of the advantages of using BIM are reducing project costs and breakdowns and minimizing rework. Also enables professionals to deliver projects on time and improve the management of information. Also, it provides better collaboration between team members. At the same time, a few of the disadvantages are the high cost to implement, the need for upfront time to collect information, all the training needed, and at the same time, all the new expectations that BIM implementation might bring to light. Finally, there are also some security concerns. So now for Lean, again, there are plenty of advantages. For example, the fact that Lean can eliminate waste, can help with amplifying learning, the possibility of making decisions as late as possible, delivering projects on time, empowering all the team members by giving them motives, also build integrity in an enterprise and add value to each project. At the same time, again, there are also disadvantages, for example, the high cost of implement, and again, all the training needed. Potentially, a Lean coach should come in and help the employees realize how they can work with Lean, same with BIM as well. But BIM contributes directly to Lean goals of waste reduction and improves the flow. So additionally, the parallel implementation of those two innovative philosophies can further increase an SME's ability to compete in an overcrowded market. So now about BIM in Ireland. So the third national survey about the level of BIM adoption in Ireland that occurred in 2017, so the result is that 78% of the enterprises, they want the BIM to be mandated in Ireland as well, so they want to follow the UK's example. Also, nevertheless, the Irish government has actively promoted the use of BIM for major and complex projects. As of 2019, the Irish government has stated it will require a BIM level 2 implementation on complex projects. And also from January 2024, the construction of public works contracts with a value exceeding 100 million will include BIM requirements. So basically, the adoption of BIM is part of the strategy that the government has in order to digitalize the construction sector by 2030. So in order to create this conceptual, for now, framework, we chose to use these 4 categories. So those 4 categories helped us that actually they were formed to deliver a pan-European approach to best practices in BIM. And we use this report because Ireland is part of the European Union, and those pillars basically are technical, policies, process, people, and skills. So, in the technical aspect of using BIM and Lean includes the software usage in supporting both BIM and Lean principles. Also, the elimination of waste associated with Lean techniques, such as value stream mapping, that can be achieved by linking BIM with project schedules that can help support collaborating decision making. Also, BIM can empower Lean construction management by reducing construction time and minimizing the waste of materials. So now so those are just few points from each category. There are more, but fortunately I don't have enough time to mention everything. So now for people and skills, by using BIM and Lean can help our enterprise to lead to collaborative design. That means all team members can participate in design processes, leading to a more positive result. Furthermore, it pushes the team to achieve the highest productivity possible. Now, in processes, innovations such as cloud-based model collaboration are starting to affect the team's ability to compete to complete estimations effectively. Also permits team members to collaborate in an actual time inside the cloud. As a result, BIM and Lean contribute to a better improved workflow between the parties. Also, a new BIM-based Lean management system is characterized by a theoretical combination model from BIM and existing management techniques and the methodology for applying those concepts into practice. Also, BIM and Lean can benefit in different project phases, especially the design phase, where decision-making significantly impacts the next stages of a project. Lastly, Lean method that can be implemented with BIM is the design phase in the last planner system. And lastly, for policies, IPT techniques leverage BIM to provide an integrated project management and collaboration platform. Also, IPT can connect Lean construction methods and improve the collaboration and communication between all the parties from the first stages of a project. Additionally, the use of a BIM execution plan can help document the level of detail required from each professional at each project stage and how the model needs to be exchanged. So, of course, in order to proceed with this framework, we had to identify all the barriers that exist and potentially find solutions in order that enterprises can use this framework. So, of course, enterprises must modernize their workflow and adopt new working methods, such as Lean and BIM. At the same time, they need to find ways to overcome all the barriers. So, those barriers, again, we divided the barriers into those 4 categories. So, barriers, some of the barriers are, of course, as I mentioned before, the cost to implement, also lack of BIM and IT knowledge, difficulty to changing the existing culture, clients' traditional practice, lack of top management commitment, not mapping the value of Lean and BIM capabilities, not facilitating employees in all hierarchy levels to support the BIM and Lean implementation. Lastly, the lack of understanding of BIM and Lean standards. So here is basically the first draft of our framework, and as you can see, the different colors show the different stages. So in order, you have to first complete the first stage in order to go forward with the rest. So I don't have enough time to give a description for each of those, but I'm just gonna mention the stages. So basically, stage 1 is everything that you need in order to start working with BIM and Lean and start working in a different way. So in order to achieve that, you have to change the culture inside an enterprise, and also there are issues related to responsibility, because new roles, they're going to bring new responsibilities to employees or even employers. At the same time, the BIM and Lean principles that they need to use, and lastly, the fact that they will need an organizational business plan. So stage 2 basically is preparing for implementation, and in order to do that, an enterprise should buy all the software and hardware needed, find ways to exchange data, so interoperability and integration of all the software needed, and the management of procedures, the training, and the guidelines that they need to follow. So now for stage 3 is basically learning all the processes and practices, and that includes using the right contracts and the correct BIM and Lean standards. Stage 4 is start working together productively. That means using a BIM and Lean execution plan and find ways to improve the collaboration and communication, potentially by using a common data environment, and also how you manage the collection of data basically the information management. And lastly, stage 5, that is the last stage for now, is finding new sustainable solutions, because both BIM and Lean promote sustainability. Using simulations, those can be, for example, energy simulations, how you can use FM systems, and again, like finding ways to reduce risks, variations, minimizing rework, and minimizing waste, and of course using sustainable solutions. So as I mentioned before, that's the first draft of the framework. So what we did next, it was basically find BIM frameworks, Lean frameworks, even existing BIM and Lean frameworks. Some of them are specifically for SMEs and some of them are not. So I'm just gonna mention some of the goals of different frameworks. For example, some of them, they were trying to improve some Lean frameworks, they were trying to improve the performance and decision-making capability of processes, also finding different types of waste, investigating waste reduction strategies, also minimizing variation again and rework, promoting innovation, and at the same time, some of the BIM frameworks, they were trying to manage risk and reward inside an enterprise, find ways to increase profits, find again barriers for BIM implementation, to achieve optimum cost-efficient solutions, to improve communication and collaboration. And the findings from frameworks that use both BIM and Lean was to present the benefits of applying BIM and Lean to improve project performance, and BIM that supports Lean objectives and management of the Lean processes and facilitates the adoption and the use of BIM. Also, there are ways that BIM and Lean can help with the achievement of great cost certainty. So basically, what we're gonna do next is, of course, we believe that the industry should promote equal rights for for all the enterprises, regardless of the size. And basically, this paper, it was just an initial framework for SMEs that enables opportunities by combining both BIM and Lean inside an enterprise, and the findings are highlighting that categorizing Lean tools and methods that can be deployed with BIM can lead to a more rewarding implementation methodology. So, as I mentioned before, the next stage is to implement all the findings from the existing frameworks to our framework. And after that, we want to test this framework through surveys or stakeholder analysis. And lastly, we're hoping that this framework might potentially help with enterprises that they want to implement BIM before the 2024 mandate date. Thank you.